Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a second episode of my podcast. I bet y'all thought I was going to forget about this. No, I have a lot of time on my hands, so you guys will be getting a podcast weekly, even though TikTok's getting banned, so no one is ever going to know about this. But, anyways, yeah, there's a lot of things to recap from last week, a lot of peaks, and of course, a lot of bits, you know. But things are looking up, kind of not really, I just lied. So yeah, let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about why they are trying to ban TikTok. Everybody's worried about my data getting leaked except me. I don't care. Why are y'all more worried about my data than I am? I am telling you I don't care. I'm telling you they can have it. I will give it to them myself. I do not care. They can take my data. Are you listening to me? They can have it. I don't like if you're so worried about your data getting leaked or whatever the hell the problem is, don't have the app. It's that simple, bitch. Like I don't know what's not clicking. Like we have a lot more issues going on than this damn TikTok app. Like oh, hold on, my computer is glitching out. Sorry, it just likes to do that, you know. Anyways, alright, locking in. The point is that okay, it's glitching again, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yep, okay. Locking in for real this time. Also, my cat's here. Oh, did you just hear that? You just actually got aggravated with me. Okay. Yeah, my computer keeps glitching out. Like Microsoft Teams, I don't care about you right now. Anyways, so no, because I see the mouse loading and I swear if it pops up one more time, I'm gonna throw this computer across the room. Anyways, so what was I talking about? Yeah, the TikTok ban. That shit is so ridiculous. Girl, we have so many other issues to be worrying about right now than this damn fucking app. Also, I downloaded the Chinese version of TikTok or whatever it's called. It's called Red Note, okay? And it's so funny because all the Americans have like moved over to Red Note and everyone's like, yes, TikTok refugee, yes. And it's so funny because you go to the comments and it's like we're like colonizing them. Like it's it's so funny. Like people are being so out of pocket in those comments and it's like, girl, we are a guest in their home. Relax. But it is so funny. And like it's just like one of those like things like the biggest crossover episode ever. Like, girl, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? But it's so funny because they will like try to be learning English and all the Americans are trying to learn Chinese. So like everyone's actually getting along and it's actually just funny. Anyways, let me say actually one more fucking time like an idiot. Anyways, okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So this week I've had a lot going on. Me and my friends, we planned a super last minute trip to Epcot and that shit was so fun. We did the drinking around the world. Such an experience. With us it's always a shit show though, so I did make a little vlog about it if you guys want to watch because, you know, everything is just an issue when we do it. Everything is difficult. Literally, Rayleigh did not decide that she wanted to come until the absolute last moment. I'm talking about I went to pick Taylor up at 7 in the morning. We slept for 3 hours. We were ready to go. We planned this shit fucking 48 hours in advance, maybe less, and we were locked and we were ready to go. I called Rayleigh at 7 a.m. I'm like, girl, are you coming? Yes or no? She literally that moment decided to come. Nothing packed, nothing ready. I had to call that girl, wake her up to get her on the road. Like, she decided super last minute, and then we ended up having to wait for her. But even though I'm salty, yeah, really, I'm talking about you. Yeah. Um, it was so fun. It was so fun. Fun 24 hours in Orlando. Yeah, we literally got belligerent. Like, oh my god, by the time we were on like the fourth country, don't remember a damn thing. Yeah. I mean, I do, but like, girl, we went to Italy and we went hard, okay? Anytime Taylor is in charge, she makes sure she has a bit Taylor has alcohol in a dream, okay? She will get you there. Why did we have two freaking spritz and then a shot after we had already been drinking? I don't know, but we did it. And somehow we made it home, somehow we made it out alive. Don't ask me because I don't know how. But definitely recommend 10 out of 10 experience. I guess anything with alcohol is fun though, so you know, it's not that hard. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on in my life. Yeah, so I had a mental breakdown today. Yeah. I did. Yeah, me. Yeah, I did do that. Yep. I literally, just so you know, just let me put this in perspective for you. I just spent the last 30 minutes sprawled out across my um bedroom floor. Yeah. I've also had to retake this 3 times because I don't know how to edit anything, so I like have had to restart this video 3 times, so I'm actually like getting triggered about that. But anyways, the point is, yeah, I just spent the last 30 minutes sprawled out on my bedroom floor. I would show you, but it's just embarrassing, and like I honestly probably even shouldn't be talking about this, but I don't care. So yeah, girl, it has just been a whirlwind. I had fun in Orlando. I'm glad I had that to like, you know, escape reality for 24 hours, but you know, it's just been something. I basically same shit, different day, to be honest with you. Still no job, still no money, still nothing. I mean, I have my degree, but like no future, no income, fucking stuck in Jacksonville. And that is just the thing that I think is starting to get to me. It's like I am so stagnant with all of these things I want to do because I'm not in the right environment. So I think that has a lot to contribute to it, which I guess, yeah, okay, change your environment. Yeah, okay, bitch. You want to pay my bills? I didn't think so. So, yeah. And given as I keep mentioning, obviously this is not gonna last an eternity, but it is my reality right now, and I am trying to come to terms with it, and that's just all. But I, I just feel stagnant because I'm in this like place of like, I like I just said, like I don't feel like this is the place for me, and it's hard to like do things when you know you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. And it's kind of a confusing place to be because I also am like doing a lot. Like literally, first of all, people think I'm manic. I don't really care. I don't care. I'm just gonna tell you flat out. I don't care. Think what you want of me. I'm still gonna live to see another day. So, whatever. That's the least of my concerns. But literally, I told someone, like, fucking somebody unfortunately asked me about my life. And yeah, I was like, like I've done this. Like, unfortunately, I had to get my job back. Oh my god, I had to get my fucking dumb ass job back. Watch this. I'm just kidding. No, I'm talking about like my fucking like side gig job, like a fucking serving job. Like that is not real. And it's not even a serving job, first of all, which makes everything fucking worse. But hopefully it will turn into one. Um, the point is, that was embarrassing. Oh my god. Ego kill, like fucking literally shoot me dead. I don't think I can say that. I literally, oh my god, that was such a fucking ego burst. Like, oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. To be honest, it's embarrassing. I am actually to the point where all of these problems I'm having are causing me to be frustrated because I am embarrassed. It is embarrassing. Bitch, why am I 21 years old doing this stupid shit? I don't know. And like, I know, like, oh, everyone's like, you're so young. I don't feel young. As I referenced last episode, I am a year ahead for my like age, and I am somehow also behind. Make that concept make sense. Anyways, back to the main point, which is somebody was asking me about my life, and like I had to tell them I unfortunately got that fucking job back, and then I was like, yeah, like I started a podcast, I did this, I did that. I look like a manic person. I look crazy. Maybe that's okay because maybe this isn't gonna matter in 10 years, or maybe, one day it'll pay off. But it's just fucking like, it's just such a reality check when somebody looks at you like, oh yeah, this bitch is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, she actually has no direction. This bitch is actually crashing out. Yeah, I am. Hey, I'm owning up to it, bitch. I am crashing out. I'm a certified crasher outer, okay? But and let me actually explain to you why I crashed out today because this has to do with it. This is why I'm fucking going on this hour-long tangent, which I do apologize for, and I am sorry. Once again, I do apologize. I do have ADD. So, yeah, the point is that Yeah, so I got back from Orlando this weekend and literally crashed out. Like, I today was on the way to my first shift back to this shitty job that I keep referencing, and I started bawling my eyes out. I don't know why, I just did, and I mean, I do know why, I'll get into it, but I started to bawl my eyes out. Like, me personally, I'm sorry if I'm like congested, it's probably actually from crying earlier, but I'm not a big crier. I'm not like I don't really do that often. And so for me to do it, that actually means something. And it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, like this is bad if I'm actually crying about this shit. Like, oh my God. I was hands on the wheel, fucking tears in my eyes. Like, bitch, oh my God. I was like, bitch, why don't I just drive off this bridge at this point? I'm just kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. Not really. But yeah, I just started crashing out, and like at this moment I talked to my mom. I called my mom, and because she is the only one that apparently was able to fucking get me my grip that I needed. And it was just kind of a touch grass moment. Like I like don't really like I think that all of us, everyone can relate to this. Nobody wants to say they have a problem. Nobody wants to admit they're not doing well. Nobody wants to admit that they think they're failing. And nobody wants to admit that this is not the path they saw for themselves. And and it makes sense why you wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to do it. Tell I don't really like to tell people that I am struggling, and I think that's just because I've always been extremely independent, and it's very hard for me to depend on people. It is. Like, it's an issue. And so for me to take this step today was one of those things where I guess it could be viewed as a good thing, but it obviously was not a good situation. But it was just one of those things where it was like, yeah, like I can't do this anymore on my own. Like, I can't sit here and pretend like I'm having fun, and I can't like and and it's not to say like I don't want to come on these episodes all the time and fucking shit and bitch about my life, because I do have my ups. I am just saying, like, the point of this is to talk about my downs, because I feel like everyone, especially with social media, oh my God, it's so fucking fake. Like, everyone wants to just pretend like their life is so fucking cool all the fucking time. Guess what, bitch? It's not. I'm actually, we're fucking 10 days into the new year. Actually, 16. Sorry, I just saw the date. I'm 16 days into the fucking new year. Bitch, where's my fucking refund? Give it back. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but to be fair, I think this is all part of change. Like, you have to, like, almost, like, go as low as you can go. Bitch, when you go low, I go low. Okay? So then maybe I can go back up. Like, maybe this is all part of changing, and just that's what it is, and I just haven't experienced anything like this before. But I think so. Anyways, yeah. So I called my mom, and it was one of those things where she said to me, where I think I am a person that structures off of routine and structure. And when I do not have that, I do not know what to do. I need to have a routine, I need to have a structure. And so when that is taken away from me, it's like, what the fuck is going on? And I don't even realize it. I just do that. And I don't want to sound like I like am a fucking 2-year-old that needs to have like fucking breakfast and lunch planned out and like whatever. It's just one of those things where I need to know what I'm doing some way during my week, and I don't. Which is one of those things, like I said earlier, where it's like maybe this is a blessing in disguise, where it's like, okay, take that away, then what? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna, when you don't have like a school or something to give you that routine, what are you gonna do to put that in place for yourself? And it really does put things in perspective for you, really. Like, and that's why I like enjoy talking about these things, because it really allows me to like analyze, like, okay, like this is the behavior, like, why? And you know, I just think I'm one of those people that really needs structure and really needs routine, but when it's taken away from me, it has a negative effect. But I need to find a way to have a routine and have a drive towards something that is not like set out for me. So now that I don't have school until, October, what is that gonna be? What is that gonna look like? And why do I feel like I'm failing when I don't have that? And that's another thing. It's like to admit that you think you're failing at your own life is not ideal, and it's not ideal for most people. And this is why it's like embarrassing, like when I'm like, yeah, I started this podcast, like I don't give a shit. First of all, I don't care, but it's just like, yeah, I actually just fucking sat around the first episode and talked about how I think I'm failing at my own life. Smile emoji, like, what, girl, what? Get a grip. But anyways, yeah, but I think there's also something, like, I think the point of this episode is like finding the good within the bad. And maybe that's just what I need to do. I think that's something I need to work on. Like I'm saying, like, what am I going to do without my routine? What am I going to do without my structure? Like, how am I going to do that for myself? Like, and be an adult and figure it out. And okay, you think you're not going down the path you want to go down. Okay, so fix it. And yeah, I think when I say it like that, it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, easier said than done, idiot. Like, but it's just one of those things where I think all of this is a learning curve that nobody talks about. And I know everyone feels misguided and misleaded in their 20s, but I don't think anybody really talks about how just discouraging it is. And it makes you just want to, like, I don't know. And that's what got to me today. It was so discouraging, honestly, to have to go back to somewhere I worked before where I had an ambition and I had a goal. And I was like, yeah, oh, this was like, I worked here before I left for study abroad, okay? So it was like, yeah, I'm only working here to study abroad. I am never going to come back to this place. And to have to come back to that place with no goal in mind is hard. But at that same time, in the same breath, you know, meeting up with people you used to know, it's like, yeah, okay, hey girl, like, what's up? And, and then they ask you about what's going on in your life. And you have to say nothing. And once again, that is a hard pill to swallow. I definitely was not in my best mood today. Because to have to repeat that question a few times was difficult. But at the same time, it reminded me that I do have a goal somewhere down the line. Although, it seems very far right now, it is there. Um, so it kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, I mean, I did crash out today, guys. It was just, I really did crash out. Yeah. I'm like thinking about it now, like it's some fucking traumatic episode. It wasn't that bad. Like I really don't show emotion that often. I just kind of work through things. But yeah, it was something, and I just wanted to talk about it because it's like it's just like I'm saying, it's discouraging. Like it kills your fucking ego, honestly. Like, and then to be back in a place where you don't feel like this is where you belong at all. It's just a lot. And I mean, it's post grad, yeah, but it's like 20s. It's like figuring out, like, okay, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. I do not know what I want to do. I don't think I've ever honestly really known what I wanted to do. When they used to ask you, like, oh, in fucking elementary school, like, oh, what do you want to do when you're older? I switched mine every month, every year, every day. I never really know because obviously I don't think you're supposed to know at this age, and obviously yes, now I have an idea. I have a fucking degree, bitch. Don't get it twisted, okay? But it's just like, I don't think a lot of schools implement like what it looks like after you graduate, you know? And it is just a lot. It is just a lot. But anyways, that was kind of my crash out episode and what I kind of went through. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because nobody wants to admit it, but I don't want to say this is going to happen to you because I really don't wish this on my worst fucking enemy, honest to God. But I guess it's just a part of life. And like, I'm glad I got like an older person's perspective. Like when I like called my mom and like was like, yeah, like I do not feel good going into this right now. Like I don't want to do this. This is not, I'm failing at my life. And to hear like no, like you're not. You just haven't started your life yet. That's the difference. And everybody has been in your position before, whether they want to admit it or not. And like to hear like validation, like, you know, you are going to figure it out. You just don't see it right now. And like, you are going to look back on this and laugh. And it's like, yes, I really hope and pray, but also hearing that at the same time while I'm like not seeing that and I'm like driving tears streaming down my fucking face. I can't even see the fucking road. Like, you know, it's just, I don't, it's just a tough pill to swallow, honestly. And no one really talks about it. But I'm going to talk about it. That's why this is called Let's Talk About It. Yes. Just kidding. Sorry. But yeah. So a wrap on that. You know, I just wanted to talk about that. I guess. I mean, I fucking said it like 5 times. I just, hi Arlo. I don't really know what else to. Oh my god, just he's so cute. Um, yeah, that was just me today, and it was just a hard day, I guess. And that's honestly hard for me to admit because I don't like to admit that often, and I don't like to ask for help often, and I had to do both those things today, which was very difficult. So, you know, big day for Elmo, or whatever the fuck they say, I don't know. But yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about, and this has been happening with my friends, like, you know, just in my life, is something I've noticed. And first of all, I tried to record an episode with Rayleigh the other day. She needs to be stopped. She needs to be stopped. I cannot, she is a liability. We'll get into that another time. But anyways, we were just talking about like comparing yourself, and I referenced this in the last um podcast or episode or whatever it's called. And not only does this apply to your like personal life and relationships, I mean, like it applies to like being in a relationship and that aspect, but also like, you know, what I'm kind of going through, and it's like a big issue is I'm comparing myself because it's like, well, why do you even feel the need to be working a 9 to 5 at 21 years old? And it's like, because that's what I feel like I should be doing. First of all, technically I should still be in school, but like I'm not. And I don't know, I just can't celebrate my wins because I'm always comparing myself, and then talking to your friends, and it's like, even in the aspect of like, okay, I'm comparing myself to somebody based on looks. Bitch, it is tiring. I'm tired from comparing my life to people. And then on top of that, like comparing looks or comparing lifestyles. It's like, we just can't catch a break. And social media is honestly to blame. So, and I hate to say it, maybe something good will come out of banning TikTok, but it's just a lot. Like, I don't even, it's like a constant overstimulation. This generation has a severe, like, overstimulation problem because everybody, and it's like an emotion problem too. Like, no one knows how to be a fucking real person anymore because of the social media bullshit. Like, and then that's why people are comparing and comparing, and it's like, bitch, are you not tired? I'm tired. I'm tired of keeping up the fucking gag. I'm tired of keeping up the fucking joke. Bitch, cut it out. I'm done. I don't know what to tell you. And it's just like, I told my friend, I was like, you are gonna, and this applies to me. And this is why I like talking to my friends and stuff like that. Shout out to them, real ones. That was so fucking embarrassing. I'm sorry. Wow. Anyways, the point is that it kind of makes you put things in perspective for your own life. So I said to my friend, I was like, you are going to wish one day when we actually are old and, you know, ugly, if you're so worried about comparing yourself now to people and being this beauty standard that is, first of all, unattainable. Let's talk about that too. That's a whole nother issue. I'm not even going to get into that. You're going to wish one day when you were 40 years down the line, actually wrinkly, sagging bitch, actually probably like, you know, going through it, aging, whatever, you are going to look back on this time and think, damn, I wish I didn't spend so much time looking for something to be wrong with me and looking for something to fix about myself and just accepting my beauty. And obviously that's a kind of a different issue. Like, I'm applying this in my personal life where it's like, I'm gonna wish where I just accepted this time period. I just took it for what it was at face value and used this time to really tap into myself, which I think is kind of what I'm doing. It doesn't feel real because I'm not getting a paycheck out of it, to be honest. But so I am kind of grateful for that because it's like it's true. Like we always want what we can't have, and I think I said that before. I think I've kind of touched on the same thing, but it's just I don't know. Like everyone has to just put down the fake persona and just like I don't even know if this makes any fucking sense anymore what I'm saying. But it's just hard to feel like you're doing life right. And but it's also kind of weird to say, okay, what's failing? Because I keep saying, oh, I think I'm failing at my life. I'm failing at my life. And okay, so are you though? Like I have graduated university early, debt free, had a scholarship, had a high GPA, did all of these things. Like I'm going to graduate school, and it's just hard. And this is referencing back. I promise I'm gonna connect it together. It's like comparing yourself in social media and all of this stuff. It's like I kept saying to my mom when I was talking to her on the phone, I was like, I'm failing at my own life. I don't want to let anybody down. Like I am not succeeding. This is not what the path was supposed to look like for me. But it's like, for who though? No one else is saying you're failing. No one else is saying you're not doing well. It's just you. Why do you feel that way? And I don't know. I just feel like there is like steam coming out of the fucking engines of my brain. Like the grinds are gearing so hard. And this goes into fucking, first of all, having. I don't know how to make my brain like stop thinking. Which sounds like crazy, I know. But that's true. And it's like, well, why do you feel this need to just go, 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 go all the time? Like, just like, and I know I said last video, I don't want to sit down. I don't want to act chill. It's like, girl, you need to, though. You need to sit down and, like, fucking take a breath. Like, just be alive. Just be here. Be present. And that's another thing. Oh my God. I am so thankful. It's like I'm, oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Let me log in. When I studied abroad, that was honestly one of the best and worst things for me. And referencing like what I just said about like, girl, you are here, be present, be in the moment, just be alive, just be alive. Like, and I don't think a lot of people have a lust for life. That is one thing I've realized. And now I'm like looking in the mirror, like having this full circle moment right now. It's like I've lost that lust for life and I don't know why, because I criticized people not having it for so long. It's like, and I still do have obviously a level of lust for life. And it's just like, I can't just be, and I think it's where I am. That's what I keep saying. I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be, like literally, like physically, location wise, I'm not supposed to be here. But because it's not an environment that allows me to grow. But that was such an experience, like studying abroad and like seeing the way that people live over there. Oh my God, it was crazy. Like, I'm like, just, I'm sorry, I'm having this full circle moment because when I got back from study abroad with Andrew, we would sit there and have these talks where it was like, that was life. That was what being alive was like. And it's like slowly I got back into this habit again of like being back in America and being back in this like incessant need to just keep going and keep grinding. And it's like, people forget they're alive. Like people, I look at the way that people live and it's like, we have a life and like, oh my God, like it sounds so touche, it sounds so blasé, like whatever, but it's like, we are like, this is it, and it is what you make out of it. And I'm like, I don't know, like I guess I just forgot that, and I guess it's good to be reminded. I guess it's good that I'm going back there, but it's just, I don't know, like I guess it's just what you make out of it. I guess that's what I'm realizing saying this out loud now. But yeah, like I don't know. I get it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like realizing that I became something I never thought I was gonna be. And that sounded so bad, but like in the sense of like I was like like, I went abroad and my third eye genuinely opened up. Like, seeing the way that people live in, it's like I forgot about that. I forgot that part of myself because I've just been so, like, tunnel visioned on something that is just not right now for me, that it's hard to see that it's like, yeah, like, I think that's just what everyone is trying to tell me, you know what I mean? Like, you're pushing yourself too hard, but you're pushing yourself too hard to do something that isn't happening for you right now. Like, just be alive, be in the moment, and it will come to you, and it will be what it needs to be for you. And uh, that's kind of funny because literally I've been saying lately, like, I'm so fucking manic. Like, I literally will say out loud and be like, oh my god, I actually don't even want to say because it's actually fucking embarrassing as fuck. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. It's embarrassing. I've already aired so much of my shit out. I'm gonna save myself that shred of decency I have left. But anyways, I think maybe this all just has to do with the figuring out what's right and wrong for me and figuring out, like, hey, life is what you make of it. This isn't exactly what I wanted, the cards I wanted to be dealt right now, but nonetheless, I'm here and I have to make the best of it. Which, it's just hard to keep reminding yourself that, though. Like, I don't know. All of this is honestly hard. This whole thing. But, I don't know. I think that as we get older, like, success also looks different for different people, and I have an idea of, like, what I want in my life, and I think that the more and more time that I waste, the less likely I am to get it, which I don't know why because I am very young. But that's just kind of for some reason the mindset I have. But yeah. Anyways, switching gears. Yeah, it has been 30 minutes, so I am sorry, question mark. If you made it this long even, you probably didn't. Honestly, these are more for me than they are for anybody else. But yeah, switching gears. Oh my god. I don't know, maybe this goes back to, like, comparing yourself in the social media, like, that I was referencing that I talked about with my friends and then comparing it to my own, like, personal life. Um, yeah, it's just we are kind of fucked as a generation. We're so fucked. Everyone's like, yeah, Gen Z, bitch, we're not gonna make it past 50 years old. That's pushing it. We aren't. Um, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we are. First of all, half y'all, more than half, 75% of y'all have a nicotine addiction. Let's talk about that. Y'all just need to put the vape down and fucking pick up something else. I don't know what, but not that vape. Put it down, bitch. Put down that vape and pick up a fucking purpose, okay? That shit is gonna kill all of you. Like, I'm not even saying that to be funny. Like, everyone's like, yeah, like, we're gonna live so long. No, we're not. No, we're not. Half of y'all have a fucking nicotine addiction. The planet's gonna burn alive and we're all gonna be obliterated. And, yeah, like, we are just not gonna make it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys. But maybe one of the smart ones out of us will find a cure for all of this stuff, but I don't really have that much faith. I'm sorry, that sounded so pessimistic. But anyways, yeah, I'm sitting in my bed with my bonnet on editing the stuff, and I just had to cut so much of it out because I just went on this tangent that actually no one is gonna care about. So yeah, this is the conclusion of this episode. I just wanted to say that before I just, like, cut the audio in half. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, if you made it this far, and I'll see you next time. Bye.